right, it's another busy day in the country's court. Standing by there, you can see our Jade Polster live to us in a moment from the Durban Magistrates Court. That's where those 5 men who've been arrested in connection with the killing of AKA and Tibbs are set to continue with their bail application. But let's start in the High Court in Pretoria, because a new witness is expected to take the stand in the Senzo Meyiwa Murder Trial relating to the alleged confessions of accused number 1 and 2. Last week, the statements laid bare inside the High Court in Pretoria implicated Meyiwa's then-girlfriend, Khumalo, as the mastermind behind his killing. Meyiwa, the former Orlando Pirates and Bafana captain, was shot tragically and died in 2014. It was in October, while at Khumalo's parental home in Vosloorus on Gauteng's East Rand. 5 men are currently facing trial in that court in connection with the killing. Our senior reporter is Chriselda and has been watching developments for quite some time. She joins us now once again from court. And my goodness, Chriselda, yet another day of bombshell details being revealed in court. Perhaps take us back to what was said as we look forward to proceedings today.
Well, that's right, Ayanda. The High Court here in Pretoria hearing that Senzo Meyiwa's then-girlfriend, Khumalo, was charged 100,000 rand for the killing of the soccer star. Well, this is contained in the alleged confession of accused number 1, Muzi Sibiya. So both Sibiya and accused number 2, Bongani Ntanzi's alleged statements, which were read out in court, implicating the songstress as the alleged mastermind behind his killing. So on the stand, we had police officer Solomon Rapadu, who took Ntanzi's alleged first statement on the 19th of June 2020, basically revealing chilling details of what Ntanzi told him at the Morocco police station. So in that alleged confession, Ntanzi details, according to that statement, receiving a telephone call from accused number 4, Mthokoziseni Mapisa. This was in mid-October 2020, 2024, about the so-called urgent job. And the statement alleged that he was then briefed that the person to be eliminated or to be killed was Senzo Meyiwa, and the matter was initiated by Khumalo. According to that statement, he was going to make a payment for this job. It went on to say that Carlos and others then took their positions as had been discussed throughout their planning. And when they entered the house, Carlos had basically shouted, "Panzi imali," cell phones, which means everybody down, give cell phones and money. And when that was being collected, the money and cell phones, Ntanzi, according to him, says that Senzo jumped onto Carlos, and there was a struggle that ensued where one of the shots went off and the second shot had hit Senzo Meyiwa as the firearm was pointed at his chest. This is according to Ntanzi's statement. Then Ntanzi goes on to speak about money. So at the hostel, according to the statement, Ntanzi says he received 15,000 rand and then left with one of the others to Johannesburg, where they slept over. And the following day, he says he was taken to Davidson and basically stayed there for a few days. And at a later stage then, a further 30,000 rand was given to him. Another police officer also taking the stand, that was Mhlanganyela Mboto, who basically had taken down accused number 1, Sibiya, Muzi Sibiya's confession. This was on the same day that he was arrested on the 30th of May, 2020. So basically Sibiya in that statement saying that he'd received a call from his friends, I think it was Marco and Makimba Buthelezi. This was between September and October of 2014. Now, you would know, Ayanda, that these are new names that we're hearing in this court. So after the two had arrived at him, this is now Sibiya. Sibiya says he was told there was a job to kill Senzo Meyiwa, and that Meyiwa's then-girlfriend, Khumalo, had initiated it. So he says that he'd asked if they're charged for this job, and there was a response that 100,000 rand for both Marco and Makimba had been charged for killing Meyiwa. And basically Ntanzi also goes on to say that Marco had received a telephone call, and this was on a Saturday. Now on the Saturday, the day that before what we now know was the day that Senzo Meyiwa was killed, he was told that they were headed to this job. Now this is on a Saturday. So Ntanzi's alleged statement also details how Khumalo had allegedly called Marco to inquire if they were coming. And Marco and Makimba basically got into the house, according to the statement. Marco was the one who was in possession of a firearm. They entered this house demanding cell phones. There'd been 3 people in the house, according to the statement. 2 of them had been girls. One of those girls was Khumalo. And this is where, according to the statement, Senzo Meyiwa refused with his cell phone. And Marco had basically taken out a firearm and shot at him. The sound of the firearm then came out, and the shots of two other rang out in that house. So Ntanzi also alleging in that statement that he was rewarded 30,000 rand for the job. So startling revelations of these two statements. You would recall for the past couple of months, Ayanda, we had been seized with whether these two alleged confessions would be admissible in this main trial. We are in the main trial now, hence you have these statements that are being laid bare inside this court. And what we're hearing now are startling revelations of both these accused, both accused number 1 and 2, alleging that Kelly Khumalo was the mastermind behind the killing of Senzo Meyiwa, and that she was allegedly willing to pay for it. We're hearing about these hundreds of thousands of rands that were allegedly on offer. We're talking about these two accused also alleging in these statements that monies had been paid to them. So this morning we're expecting one of the other individuals who took down one of the other confessions, and perhaps one of the other police officers relating to the pointings out that accused number 1 had allegedly participated in, were likely to go towards that direction inside the High Court in Pretoria this morning.
Sure. Really extraordinary details emerging there from court. No surprises that the court of public opinion is going to overdrive around the possible motive. Chriselda Lewis, for now, thanks very much indeed. Chriselda's live to us there from the High Court in Pretoria.